All right, so we're going to go ahead and talk about supplementary angle relationships and transversals. One thing you need to know is all consecutive sides are supplementary. So when I talk about consecutive sides, that just means the ones that are right next to each other. They're neighbors. So 1 and 2 are consecutive, 1 and 3 are consecutive. Okay. We're also going to say that all corresponding consecutive sides are supplementary. So when I'm talking about that, we're saying that parallel lines are basically just translations of each other's lines, okay? And we know that with translations that we get the same size, same shape, same direction. So our angle sizes don't change and they don't change the direction or order they're in. So therefore, since 1 and 5 are corresponding, that means 1 and 7 are going to be supplementary because that's the corresponding consecutive side. And 1 and 6 are going to be supplementary because that's the corresponding consecutive side. What I need you to do in your paper when you get there, you'll see box labeled up, but we've got the figure on the right. But here's what we need to do. We know all of the angles that are supplementary to angle 1, and we really just went over that. We said the angles that are supplementary to angle 1 are going to be 2, 3, 7, and 6. They're all supplementary to angle 1 because we know that we have got the consecutive sides and the corresponding consecutive sides there. Now we can find the missing measure pretty easily because we know the rules that if we have 180 degrees, we can figure out just by subtracting to find that. So if angle 1 right here measures 115 degrees, we want to know what angle 7 measures. And since they are this corresponding consecutive sides, we're going to go ahead and do our regular steps. We're going to first verify the relationship is supplementary and then subtract. So your known angle from 180. So if I have 180 degrees and angle 1 equals 115 degrees, I'm going to do 180 minus 115 and get 65 degrees. The measure of angle 7 in all angles supplementary to angle 1 is 65 degrees. So that means that angle 7, angle 6, angle 2, let's go back, sorry, angle 2 and angle 3 would all be 65 degrees. We can also solve for one-step equations. So here I'm saying, well, my known measure is 115 degrees. My one-step equation for that is x is minus 5. So I'm going to go ahead and follow those same steps that I've been following. And we're going to first find our missing measure, which we know from our previous problem. We do 180 minus 115 and we get 65. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to plug in 65 as a solution to the equation. So we're going to end up with x minus 5 equals 65. Finally, you're going to go ahead and solve that equation. So we have x equals 65 plus 5 because that's our inverse operation. And then we're going to end up with x equals 70. We can also do this for two-step equations. So here I've got a value, a known angle of 115 degrees, and we've got a two-step equation here for the supplementary angle of 2x minus 5. Again, we would go ahead and find our missing measure. We know from our previous problem, we do 180 minus 115 equals 65. I purposely didn't change that. It's not always going to be minus 115. It'll be whatever your known angle is. So we're going to go ahead and plug that into the equation. We end up with 2x minus 5 equals 65. We go ahead and we do the inverse operation of 2x equals 65 plus 5. We get 2x equals 70. And then we're going to go ahead and get rid of the 2 by dividing. So we end up with x equals 70 divided by 2, or x equals 35. Go ahead, get ready to follow the instructions. If you are at home, you're going to go through the Pear Deck slide so that you can go through and answer these questions.